Hey, how you guys doing? Chain Trades, otherwise known as Luke. Today I lost, I think it was like $16 trading ES futures. Let's just jump into the trade. If you want to see me recap this whole trade live, it'll be attached to the end of this video. But I'll quickly just kind of tell you what my bias was for today, kind of just walk you through this trade. So, essentially at market open, we swept we swept all-time highs. So I was kind of thinking bearish for my bias, which, yeah, the move happened, which is cool. Um, we inversed a fair value gap right at market open, and then NQ just kind of chilled out and consolidated. ES actually came up and inversed this fair value gap and broke 5 minute structure. Then from there, we started to see like a sell off, and an SMT formed, which is nice. So we got the SMT that formed. From there, out of this price zone, which was equilibrium, 5 minute equilibrium, a 5 minute breaker block as well. Price pushed in, and we inversed the fair value gap coming out of it. In fact, we almost inversed two fair value gaps, but you know, the one was good, so we inversed this fair value gap, and I entered. This is where I got filled, right about. Yeah, I think this was pretty accurate to where I got filled. From there, I had one liquidity target from today just because price action was moving super slow and just not the best. And that was this low resistance liquidity right here. This is a 1 hour low. Then there's all this 5 minute low resistance liquidity. That's where I really thought price was going to go to today. And long story short, we go to it, which is pretty cool. So we start selling off, right? We start moving in the direction where I thought we would move, and I knew we were going to get a retrace of some sort, and we start to, but I don't know why. I kind of just reacted harshly to it. I think it was just the way that price action had played out before, and Q gave a super bearish, super bullish candle right here, and it looked like NQ might even fib. Um, so I was more concerned about price changing off of these lows, price like moving in the opposite direction, because we didn't really get manipulation at market open, kind of, but not really for the move that I wanted. Um, so I had my stop right about at break even, and it got hit, and then immediately price just starts to go in the direction that I wanted price to go, which is nice. It looks like we're actually about to go take out London right now, which is cool too. So I could definitely had it down to London lows. We're looking at about there's probably 1,000, yeah, so $1,000 for London lows. And it was like 500 for this price target right here. So overall, not a bad trade. I am very happy with my setup. This is high quality. If you watch this live and you watch me actually walk through this trade, it was technical. It made sense. Um, I'm just a little disappointed in myself for not realizing the retracement. And I did know we were retracing, but not realizing and not waiting, not being patient for the retracement to take place. I just immediately, whenever we broke 1 minute structure right here, I saw NQ about to go potentially fib right here. I just immediately exited. And I wish I would have had the discipline to just stay in the trade and just see it through to the end. So it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but I am happy with where my trades are trending. I'm definitely getting a lot better. Like this week, a little bit of, end of last week, like the trades have been a lot better. And would you look at this? Like this trade, I mean, it would have been like an hour of actually being in the trade, which is kind of crazy. But we go and take out London lows, so and we will probably go take out. I don't know if there's anything in here. I think we want to keep moving lower. Yeah, I think we might go take out previous day, which would just be insane if we do. What that looks like. Yeah, we're probably pretty close to it. I think we're taking out previous day lows, which that's like 1,500, 1,400, yeah. So the more of these trades that I take, like the more confidence I have in my ability, like I can do this. Like this is me. I can take these trades. I could be profitable. But with that being said, I just gotta stay vigilant. I just gotta stay disciplined, and try to really catch these things. Like retracement. You know. Um. Anyways, if you guys want to watch the video live, it'll be over here, and go check out the Insta and the socials at Real Trend Trades. And would you look at that? You should look at that. So, all right. Well, have a good day. I'll see you guys. Peace. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is me, Donald Trump. Today we are going to be trading ES futures or NQ, or maybe not trade at all, because I make price action so shit. Do you know how much money I would have had if I started seriously trading during 2024 price action? Holy moly. Well, anyways, good morning. Today is October 7th, day 9 of our little challenge. I've been doing a lot of thought about our challenge, and I think I'm going to change it. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But today, just kind of general, what I'm thinking and feeling. So, we're kind of chilling on news today. Got imports, exports, which is chill. That happened earlier, not that big of a deal. Fed speeches, then we have a Fed meeting, so just a lot of Fed stuff. Not anything crazy. We'll just kind of see what price action does. We're at all-time highs right now on both ES and Q. No SMTs currently. So yeah, so my bias for today. Oh, before I forget, for the news too. We also are still in the government shutdown. It looks like there's more progress, but I don't know. Still in the government shutdown, so still being careful and trying to manage my risk and stuff. Let's write down those. Holy. Okay. So that being said, so my bias for today kind of can go both ways. You'd probably look at it on ES for this way, but manipulation, reversal, and then some type of manipulation continuation. So you could definitely, see that. But what I'm kind of more interested in today is we're at all-time highs. So I think there's definitely some potential to sell off. This is our manipulation right here. Up to the all-time highs. Oh my gosh. So we'll just kind of see how this price action plays out. I guess we don't even need this. This is done. No, I need that. Yeah, because that's kind of our manipulation. NQ has better liquidity targets, but they're both pretty even. For today, we pop on the 4 hour. This isn't finished forming. Pop on the 1 hour. Yeah, we'll just kind of see what happens, especially these next few candles should let us know, hopefully. What the hell? It is? Oh, I'm actually holy shit, I'm actually done. My funded futures. My funded futures. Alright. So we have a inverse fair value gap on the 5 minute. Pretty chill. Yeah, so an entry might happen pretty quick this morning. If entry does happen, How I would enter this morning would be off of really like a 5 minute retracement. We got one more minute. Although I definitely don't necessarily enjoy entering this early. We are. Looks like at least we are kind of starting to set up for. We'll set up. We got our breaker block T right here. We're not gonna worry about that though. Make sure we're logged in. Logged in. We're logged into this one. One minute. Okay, market just opened. Kind of just see what this price action is terrible. Dead ass. What is this price action? Okay, so we gotta break a structure. Now, potentially. I don't know. This is kind of dumb. This is dumb. I don't like this equilibrium. Alright. Well, what I was gonna say for the challenge. So, we're in it's day 9. That's what I said. Oh, yeah. Day 9. My brother. I don't know if I'd use equilibrium. Quick. Yes, might provide the retracement move. Anyways, what I was saying, so my goal is 30,000, and I don't think that's not like I don't necessarily think that's not achievable, but I think, especially right now, I'm gonna move it to 10,000, and I'll talk about that later. Let a YN lock in real quick. Okay, I'm not gonna use equilibrium. Equilibrium is being kind of, I don't know. I'm not liking equilibrium, but we do have. Okay. Makes perfect sense. We're just gonna blow past this thing. We have a breaker block too up in this bitch. So oh my gosh. This one is so much money. Yeah, $600. I'm taking that. $600 is insane. I really want to take this trade on NQ, but the risk, the risk is crazy. I mean, it is still pretty early, which is good. Um, it looks like we might even, if we inverse this gap, I'm gonna really reconsider a trade. Yeah, if we break structure right now, that's not a bad thing. This would be a break of structure. It has to be an inverse for value gap. In literally 9 seconds, which is chill. I'm still. Okay, cool. So we just inverse this gap. I'm assuming we will probably print super similar on NQ, which is chill. Um, okay, what I'm kind of looking for right now is S&T off of ES and NQ. We're still in bearish order flow on ES, which is nice, and we can still mark equilibrium, which is cool that we have that still. We haven't really done anything with this gap, which is chill. We're kind of chilling in there. We might actually push out with NQ. I don't know though. We're also on BPR right here, but obviously ES didn't give a fuck. So what I would love to see is ES come and manipulate this pre-market high before my S&T with NQ leading it, obviously. And then we could take that down. Probably just, I don't know, maybe this low resistance stuff. Maybe ride it all the way out down here, but this is a really good price target on NQ. Let's see. Just like, the risk is just insane. Because look, like this would be, it's maybe like $600, 455. But yeah, I mean, it's an NQ contract for you. Okay. I don't like that, but that's okay. Still no S&T. I really think ES wants to come and take out this high before we move any higher. Um, I'll even put a little. Can't get this thing. You know what? Screw it. Whatever. We'll do this. We have not inversed this fair value gap yet. On ES, or on Q. I'm just looking for the change. Order flow. Off the 5 minute, and we haven't changed order flow, which makes sense because ES is printing super bullish right now, and Q is just kind of figuring stuff out. I can see us just kind of staying here, just consolidating for a minute to a little more than a minute. Again, it is still really early. It's 7:40. We got 10 minutes till macro. I really just want to see ES come in, manipulate this high, form the SMT. That would be really good. Because we're just kind of just hanging out here. If we break structure right now, I might enter. But I don't know if we will because 340, that's so much. That's not too bad for a 5-minute entry, if we're being honest, but it just doesn't give myself a lot of breathing room with my stop. Looks like we're just gonna consolidate. But I could definitely see ES taking out this high. I think ES definitely wants to take out this high before we move any lower. If we move any lower. We're still maintaining bearish order flow, or sorry, bullish order flow on the 1 minute on both indexes. Oh my gosh. Okay, this candle we come up here and then we break structure next candle. That's what I'm gonna predict. Yeah, NQ's just kind of hanging out in here. Big wicks. At 8, we do have our Fed speech. I'm going to keep that in mind. That's okay if this takes time to develop, if this is the trade that is going to happen today. Like, I definitely think that price wants to come in, shit the bed down here. We do have... no, we don't. JK. I guess technically, but JK. Don't really know what ES is trying to do right now. I don't know. I don't like how ES is printing. I like how NQ is printing though. We're getting nice candle down. $400 is insane. On like the market order, $450. I really want to. Suppose if we inverse this, put this right above this for value gap, right here. But yeah. So we're just consolidating right now. So I'm just trying to manage my risk right now, especially knowing at 8 we have Fed speech. We also have the government shutdown going on right now, you know. Like, I definitely want to be taking, or not that I want to be taking a trade necessarily. I want to take the highest quality setup. This is a 5-minute setup. If it presents itself, it's just the risk might be a little bit too much for me. That's kind of where like my thought process is at right now. Not that this is a bad setup by any means. I do think we want more manipulation on one of the indexes before we do anything in particular. I think the manipulation would come from... Yeah, we do... I mean, we do have a SMT. Do we have a SMT? Not... We did. Not really anymore. I mean, if we... inverse this gap... That's so much money. It's just so much money. Okay. I'm gonna make the choice to hold off today. This is my setup. This is my entry. Not that this is too much risk on NQ. This is a good this is a good amount of risk. I just don't like the news that's going on. The government shutdown. We have news at 8. We're still not even a macro. I still really think one of these indexes wants to manipulate something, and I think it's going to be ES. Although, I don't know, are we... Dude, what is this song, bro? Where's Fit? Yeah, so for this trade right here, it would have been like about $400 in risk, and I was prepared to take it on both my funded, on my personal account, but I think it's just too much risk, especially without the manipulation that we don't have right now. And you know what? My patience was paying off. All right, I just got stopped out because even with all that risk, I wouldn't really have protected my stop well. You know, I wouldn't have thrown it up here because that would have been like $600 in risk, whatever it is. Yeah, wherever it would be, like right here, which is fine. I am totally chill. I'm not taking this trade. It looks like, you know, we do have a really good chance of at least manipulating these, or at least coming down to these lows. I don't know, right now, just especially with the way price is printing, it looks like ES is printing super bearish right now. I think NQ will follow. I think both these indexes are gonna sell off a little bit. It looks like I don't know. Okay, don't necessarily know what happened there. Yeah, NQ right now is just kind of, it's just still consolidating, which is fine because NQ is attempting to make a move while ES is trying to figure out what the hell it's trying to do. Still in structure. I think with this next close, we'll solidify it. I think we're going to go sell off after this next candle. Okay. Also, I don't like this doji per se. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. This was right on the line for a fib. I want to change my fib. I don't know if I like it. I guess. I just don't fuck with these dojis. I guess we're gonna break a structure. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'll consider, yes, bear structure. We're both in bear structure. I think the sell-off is happening now. We're 9 minutes away from news, so we might just consolidate and wait for news to happen, which honestly that kind of looks like what NQ is attempting to do right now. I would be curious to see if we get some sort of retracement on ES, and maybe I would take the trade off of the retracement, because it would most likely create a SMT with ES being the leading. So patience does pay off sometimes, and we'll see if it pays off today. Honestly, either way, I feel like I've won this trade because this is just... it's just consolidation. Although we could definitely, Price wants to sell out of this zone. Like, Price wants to come out of this zone. Price wants to at least take out all this low resistance liquidity right here. Which is right here at this hour low. But with news in 8 minutes, Price might just kind of want to just hang out for a minute and just kind of see. I do like how strong this candle is so far and how it's forming, although who knows kind of what happens. I'd love to see like a retracement into equilibrium. We have a breaker block. Oh my gosh. Yeah, get like a retracement into the zone. Wherever else that would be. I don't know. And take this trade on ES. That would be like best case scenario, taking this trade on ES. For just considering everything that's been going on today, and not to just in general news and I don't know, XYZ, it'd be more favorable to take this trade on ES just because the risk would be less. Not that this is a bad trade by any means. I could definitely still have been in this trade right now and been okay to be in this trade because I really do believe there will be a sell-off that will occur soon. Just the way that price is forming. However, like all price is telling me right now is, hey, we're gonna get a retracement. We have a 5-minute SMT. It technically won't form until 40 seconds, right? But I mean, not that NQ is gonna drop $50. 2 seconds it could. Not that it probably will. Which all that means to me is, hey, SMT retracement on ES, because on NQ, now that we have this SMT, the only way to complete this SMT is to take out this high right here. And by taking out that high on NQ, we're forming a new SMT, but we're also retracing into here on ES. I don't know if that made any sense, so I'm just kind of just playing it super slow right now. NQ is the leading index. I'll keep this on here just in case. But I think the way that I'd love to see this play out would be NQ complete this SMT. I guess by taking out this high too, that's fine. So I guess SMT is already completed. But I'd really love to see more manipulation than just that, like something up here, not inversing this fair value gap per se, but just some form of manipulation. And on ES right now, we're printing bullish, but that's fine. We're in this zone, so we have equilibrium right here, which we're in. We also have a breaker block. 2 good confluences. There's more I could probably find too, but that's good enough for now. Yeah, we're printing super bearish or super bullish, and there we go. I might know my shit a little bit. SMT formed, which is beautiful. That's what we want to see. Now ES is leading, so we're looking to take the trade on ES. We'll pop to the 1 minute. Look for execution out of this price zone. That's really it. That's really all there is to it. And most likely, just because of how price has been acting, I guess probably set this, I don't know. So we have a fair value gap. We could use right here. That's about it. Let's kind of see. Yeah, it looks like ES is about to inverse a 1 minute fair value gap. That's cool. We want to see that. Even on, or sorry, NQ is even on ES. Like if we come down here and inverse this gap, I'm willing to take this trade because the risk is so much better than really really kind of like what has been presenting itself. Like $200 right now. Limit order, we'll create a market. Let's kind of see how this plays out. We want to take this trade on ES because ES is the leading, so ES is going to get to whatever price first. I guess really it's just the 5 minute low we need to manipulate, which is down here, but it's not bad to have the SMT. We're kind of just hanging out this fair value gap right now, which is chill. News candle in a minute. That's the one thing that kind of sucks about this trade. What happened to me, my last trade too, that I lost as a 5 minute setup, news candle printed right after I entered, because I entered at 59. Although, let's see, 225, which it is what it is, but if I mean, if the setup presents itself, the setup presents itself. Um, don't necessarily enjoy Price doing all this. Um, that kind of sucks, but we're in. It's an order. It's an order. Okay. We're in. I don't necessarily enjoy. Can I? Oh my gosh, bro. I'm just trying to grab this. Don't necessarily enjoy how far down I entered on this trade, because Price did give a really big push. However, what can you do? Still no SMT, which is beautiful. We're still respecting 5-minute order flow on NQ, which is also nice. We're respecting 5-minute order flow on ES, which is also nice. Low key for now, I'm gonna move my. Just gonna confirm that. Not that it really matters a whole lot right now, but I do think that this move could be. Yeah, we'll move it right there for now. I don't really know how this is what's gonna happen, because we have news. Right now, it looks like we're printing bullish to begin with for NQ to break 5-minute order flow. It would be a 5-minute break of structure, which I guess would just be off this candle right here. So we'll watch that. For NQ to do that, or for ES to do that, we have to come all the way up here. Which that's where my stop is at. So conveniently, if we are changing order flow in the 5-minute, which is where I'm basing my trade off of, my bias off of today, which is fine, it could definitely happen. My stop loss is where we would be changing order flow at. Plain and simple, which is cool that it's there. I really just want to see some sort of sell-off right now. I get we are at all-time highs, and we have had a lot of bearish news. I mean, where's equilibrium? Looks like we did tap into 1-hour equilibrium. Oh, we haven't yet, actually. But just with news recently, with just everything that's been playing out in the market, we are so overbought. Like, I definitely believe that, you know. But again, this is day trading. This isn't year trading. So, like, long term, my bias is definitely starting to shift more bearish. Like, for example, I'm starting to get into more bearish long-term stocks, like on my own. There's leverage stocks that you could buy. It's SPY and QQQ, which is ES and Q, just the stock forms. And I'm starting to buy more of that right now. You know, I'm starting to buy silver, gold. If I had money to buy real estate, which I do not yet, I'd be buying real estate right now. There's just a lot, I don't know, like a lot of stuff that can occur that's just kind of going on right now with the world. So, yeah, that's my little rant, I guess. I really want to see this candle on NQ start to really print. Because we're kind of just hanging out right now. At the very least, I'm gonna protect my stop a little more. I do want to get this thing to break even here shortly. However, just kind of where the break even is right now, it's not necessarily worth it. I really just want to see NQ start to print more bearish though, because we do technically have a low time frame SMT that is in the process of being formed. In the next minute 30 though, if NQ could come down to this low right here, or even at the start of next candle, it's just sometime in the next few minutes, like this, I'm gonna want to stay in this trade, because now we don't have the SMT. We still have our high time frame SMT, which I guess really it doesn't matter a whole lot, but we have it, which is cool, at least for the entry. So there's that move, which is good. We don't have the SMT anymore, the low time frame SMT that I was talking about between this 5-minute low right here. That's nice. The one thing about coming down here is we're filling orders, filling low time frame orders. I think just overall for today, just how today is printing, I'm going to move my take profit to these 5-minute lows. So all this low resistance liquidity. I think price could definitely go further. I think there's, ample opportunity for price to go further, and I believe I could capture that if I really wanted to, if I really wanted to stay in a trade. Just right now, with my overall risk, with how the market is presenting itself, I'm not necessarily ready with one contract to risk potential profits down to London lows. And why that is if ES comes down to these 5-minute lows right now. Who is calling me? It's Faithy. Hey Faithy, how you doing? What's up? Good. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trading right now. I'm almost done. So. Okay. Are you home? Okay. I'll just come upstairs in a few minutes. Okay. I love you. Okay. Love you. Bye bye. Sorry. Anyways, as I was saying, so right now, if ES does come down to this low right here, to these lows, like this 5-minute low resistance liquidity, where I believe ES wants to go, but I could be wrong. Don't take my word for anything, considering I'm like 3,000 not in profit in the other way. We're making progress just in the other direction, as PewDiePie would say. We're evolving just backwards. Real quick, right now, I do like how price action is forming. I'm gonna move my stop probably move it to the top of this fair value gap, because I don't want to, if this move happens, this move happens. If this move doesn't happen, I don't want to throw away however much money, because it looks like we're starting to print pretty bullish again on NQ. Where's equilibrium? This move. Yeah, that's beautiful. Anyways, as I was saying, which I don't actually know if this is going to happen anymore. It looks like we're printing really bearish, or not really bearish, really bullish, which I guess we could just be filling these 5-minute orders down here, and we could just be reversing to the upside, which is definitely possible. So I want to really pay attention to order flow right now. Or could just be a retracement. It could be either or. Anyways, so if ES, what I've been trying to say for the past 5 minutes, if ES comes down and takes out this low resistance liquidity, which is right here, all that means, if we break structure on this candle, I would almost be willing to exit, especially knowing where we're at. Anyways, if ES does come down and take out those lows, NQ and ES form an SMT automatically. Orders are being filled. There's a very high chance of a reversal from there. So I don't really want to, just given this price action today, like how the price action has just been presenting itself, I don't really want to draw this trade out farther than I really have to do. And right now, me even being in this trade with how price is playing out, I mean, like it's still. Okay, I hate that it does this. this show anything? Yeah, so we're printing pretty bullish right now on NQ, which is, again, fine. We're in equilibrium right now, which, you know, like if price does really want to rip today, price will rip. But this might just be just taking longer to form. I mean, I've only been in the trade for 10 minutes, and price action has been super slow today. Like, as, yeah, you could tell, like, there for the past like few like market opens, it's just been just automatic. Just we're going to the liquidity. Like yesterday, I'll show you guys real quick. This was market open yesterday, I believe. No, where's market open yesterday? Right here, right here. Just automatically we go down to the price target. Right today, we have just kind of been consolidating, kind of just been forming like the overall move for the day, which it really looks like to me. I don't know if we. Yeah, I'm willing to just kind of see what happens here. That's fine. Really, what happens on this next candle, I'm in or I'm out, and that's kind of just me being honest, because I do believe we are reversing. At least, hold on, higher time frame. Yes. Q. Higher time frame. Seconds till closing my position, close position, get the buy, stop out of here, make sure we're not in any current positions. There are no positions open. Cool, no positions open. Cool. We could more than likely just be in drawdown right now. Okay, let me just make sure I'm not in any positions. You have no current positions, cool. No current positions. Okay. Lost $16 today. That's not bad. Why I closed my position when I closed it, I still had ample opportunity, right? Like, I think this really could very well be a higher time retracement. It's just, I think especially on like the lower time frame. Like, I guess I didn't technically have to close my position. I could have stayed in it. I'm not trying to risk. Oh, okay, if today was not, if the government wasn't shut down today, if price was kind of reacting a little bit more strongly, I would have stayed in this position, because honestly, like, this looks like to me just like a higher time frame retracement, at equilibrium, at all these cool things, and I probably should have waited for this 5-minute candle to close, but I didn't want to risk more money, if that makes sense, because it really looks like order flow is starting to shift, and this is good right here. This is a great like reaction. If I would have stayed in, I would have been stopped out regardless, where I would have had my stop. I think this is a higher time frame retracement, which this is good. I'm still learning. It's really good to actually step back and like understand this. Like, oh, this looks like a higher time frame retracement. What it also kind of looked like to me was let's see, was a low time frame change in order flow, which it was. So this is, I should have stayed in this position, if I'm being fully honest. I think a little trigger happy, a little, I don't know. Because I do really think Price wants to manipulate these lows. I think Price wants to do that now. It's just order flow is just taking so long, and this is just NQ is just consolidating like hell, which is not cool. I don't know. I don't hate that I exited this position, just given how order flow is developing. But some of these positions, especially like, I just need to have more conviction. I think within my setups, because this is a great, like, this is a good setup. This is a 5 minute setup. This is a good setup. This is a setup that, quite frankly, just takes some of these 5 minute setups. They take some time to form. They have retracements. They take time. Like, they're not automatic. You know, like, I'm so used to, I don't know, like, just like on the 1 minute, you know, where I've been taking a lot of my trades, just setups just happening like that, you know, just super quick. I also wasn't the biggest fan of this risk to reward today. That's why I wasn't trying to necessarily risk everything that I had. Not everything that I had, but just trying to risk a lot of stuff. Although I am happy with this trade. This is great setup. I should have stayed in this position. I feel like on this next 5 minute candle, we're actually gonna see super strong move down. Yeah, I feel like we're really gonna get the move right now, which is fine. Should have stayed in the position, but I'll kind of go over why I exited when I exited. So we had 5 minute liquidity get taken out, right? We had a 5 minute low get swept right here, and NQ just started, like, with this candle right here, took out the same low and started printing super bullish. And once this next candle started printing, it looked like we were gonna fib, which we didn't. We always wait for the candle to close. That's why we wait for the candle to close. But just the way that price has been moving recently, it looked like this could more or less just be a reversal of some sort. Like, this could be our daily manipulation, because we didn't necessarily get manipulation. Like, we did, and it was pre-market, so it's right here. We at 7 we manipulated, and then we changed order flow, and then changed back on ES. So my I don't know how to put it. Like, my liquidity wasn't necessarily the best today. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, although coming off of all-time highs is good, we didn't really do any form of manipulation in any sort of bearish manipulation, like sweep of this high out of both the indexes or something like that. So that's why I was kind of more inclined to exit when I exited. Also, too, we are, if price is going to maintain high time frame bullish order flow, we're in 1 hour equilibrium. So I think overall not a bad trade. I think I had good confluences. Like, I had equilibrium, had a breaker block, both of which were hit. Nice move down to enter, and then kind of just price doesn't want to know where it wants to go. Like, I could definitely see some form of some form of higher time frame, like, manipulation up here before we move down further. But we could just move down further. Like, I do really feel like price wants to, at the very least today, take out this low resistance liquidity right here before it moves any higher. Like, I do really feel like this is, like, price wants this. With that being said, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll keep you guys posted. If you've already probably seen what happened in this move, because I'll come back later and do it. or like say what happens. But yeah, I think price is shooting the bed right now. I genuinely think, or not. I don't know. It's just moving so slow. All right, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I am 99.99% sure I'm not trading tomorrow because we have FOMC. I'm still showing up to the market. If like the perfect setup presents itself, I might be inclined to take it. And if again, perfect setup doesn't just involve confluence is being hit, it involves is my risk. You know, what is this enough risk? Is this XYZ, right? So if a setup does present itself, I might take it. But for today, a light loss, $16 is nothing compared to, you know, like my potentials in there and everything that I can do. So not a bad day. I like how price is actually presenting itself right now. Like I like the wicks. Don't like the doji. If we form a doji right now, let's say we have 4 seconds, 3 seconds. So let's see real quick. Oh, I'm shutting this bitch down. Okay, doji. We love the doji. All right, well, love you guys. You're seeing your love. Got some links down below if you need to talk to someone, and that's about it. Peace. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.